Hello everybody, Dominomial here, and welcome back to Episode 2 of Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. The best 2D platformer. Or my favorite one at least. Celeste is a distant second. This episode, we're in World 2. World 2 is not your typical World 2 that you would find in a lot of other platformers. This isn't your typical desert world. Instead, you have an autumn world filled with leaves and wind and windmills and rotating platforms and more unique enemies. And also an owl with a K. My favorite World 2. Oh, I'm already getting ahead of myself with bouncing on those enemies a lot. Fuck. I just froze up in midair. I didn't know what to do. I could have gone forward or backwards, but I didn't do anything and I died for it. So yeah, there is a real reason why I wanted to start Let's Playing this game. I actually just wanted to play it, but I was like, if I'm gonna play it casually, I might as well record it because it'll be fun that way. Not like playing it without recording wouldn't be fun, but like, I might as well record it. It's a super fucking short game. I'm not going to get burnout, like I am with Crosscode. I don't need this. It's just a secret. Yeah. But I wanted to play this game because I've been listening to the OST a lot. Like, I've been listening to, like, 3 or 4 specific level themes. 1 in World 5, 2 in World 4. 1 in this world. 1 in this world, which I'm really looking forward to hearing again. Because, this world has some pretty fucking fantastic music. All the game has really fucking fantastic music. What am I saying? It would be wrong of me to exclude the other worlds, because all the other worlds have great music. This is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Why does that goat have glasses in it? Okay, it had goggles in the background. Those goats have goggles. No, they don't. It just looked like they have goggles because they have really huge eyes. Okay, get the end. Oh no, the platform is shaking a little bit. Better get it before it collapses. Oh, how did I get in between those two? Oh yeah, and you have to get that G right away, because if you miss it, it won't come back. It's just kind of a reaction thing. But you should be fine. As long as you're quick. Yeah, so I've been listening to this game's OST because I've needed some background music for some of the things I've been doing, and that doesn't involve like actually doing anything productive. That just includes me doing shit for my character in the tabletop campaign I'm in, based off of One Piece, or in the setting of One Piece rather. Basically, imagine One Piece, but none of the actual One Piece events were canon. Oh, here we have Rambi. He is the Yoshi of this game. Yeah, that's about all you need to know. He's a bit more powerful. He can run on spikes. That's about it. But unlike Yoshi, he actually significantly dampens the height of your jump. But he can break through terrain and all that shit, so it's all worth it at the end. Yeah, so I've been doing stuff for my character for the One Piece campaign that I'm in. And by stuff, I basically mean writing a whole novel. for fun. I don't know how it turned out to be like that, but it just kind of turned out to be like that over time. The reason why that is because, like, well, the reason, like, why it's kind of turned into that, like, is because, it's because, in the One Piece, campaign, my character is the navigator, and usually navigators have some sort of log. They have some sort of journal, right? To, like, keep track of the weather and the day and all that shit. Yeah, my character has the same kind of thing, except, it's more of a diary than, like, an actual, like, log journal. Or, like, yeah. So, basically, I've been listening to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze music while writing that journal, and it made me really want to play this game again, because this game is fucking awesome. I love this game. Yeah. I don't know. The One Piece campaign has really gotten a whole lot more interesting since I last talked about it. Like, for example, basically, our entire crew is on an island that's basically cyberpunk. It's basically Night City, the island, and none of us know what any of the technology is. So that's also pretty interesting, hearing, like, technology that we wouldn't know about described in ways that, or technologies that we know about described in ways that our characters wouldn't understand it. And we have to, like, interact with that in, like, as if we don't know what it is. And it's kind of fun that way. But it's also really fun because, this new island, the DM is doing some pretty crazy shit with the story, not gonna lie. I can't really come up with any specifics, but essentially, like a shonen, there is, like, the big bad of the week on that island, and he's basically a very rich kind of, like, businessman kind of dude. My character specifically pissed him off because they refused to sign the contract that was obviously towards his favor, because if I failed to do the job that he asked me to, I would be forced to go through torture, death, and or execution. You know, One Piece. So I refused to take the contract because I had no obligation to, and he couldn't force me to. So he just straight up tried to kill me afterwards using one of his henchmen. And I ran away. Because my character isn't really that strong. They're an assassin kind of thing, so they have really high dex but very low power and, like, okay vitality, which essentially means they can survive, like, a couple of hits if necessary, but I definitely don't want to get hit. Also, this level is really good. It has really good music, and it's very dynamic. I mean, I know I'm just cruising along, but on YouTube, this song has, like, 5 different variations, or, like, 3. And the thing about this soundtrack is that while the music is really good, the music is also dynamic as hell. Like, a lot of the songs have alternate variations that only appear at specific moments in the level, and sometimes they're really cool. So there's not... Listening to the OST on YouTube kind of butchers it in a way. Because even though you're listening to the song and giving your full attention to the song on YouTube, or, like, in the background, like, what I was gonna say is that, like, you're not really going through the whole level and experiencing the different variations of the song at your own pace. Because on YouTube, you either get, like, this variation, or, like, full arrangement, or whatever. Like, there are a few, like, full arrangement versions out there, but, like, it doesn't feel right when you're not going through the level. and I just wanted to hear the music properly in-game. Oh, I just grabbed that G using Dixie. I didn't even need to bounce on that penguin. Okay. Yeah, so my character's journal, or diary, has essentially turned into one full-fledged novel. A very badly written novel, to say the least, because I'm no writer at the least. I don't write shit. I just wanted to do it for fun and to help me get into character, because I had a little bit of trouble getting into character with role-playing, because I'm not too experienced with some role-playing. I'm not too experienced with role-playing in tabletop games, because One Piece 1 is literally the second one I've ever done. But yeah, the DM is doing some really interesting shit with my character too, because he plans on having all the characters have their own separate, like, character arcs, like a normal shonen. And, I don't know what's in store for my character, because I told the DM, like, I was writing up my character, and I was like, okay, like, this makes sense, but, like, I don't really know how to fit it into the campaign. And so I just tell the DM, like, hey, if you want to make any changes to my character, like backstory or sheet or whatever, that you need to, then feel free to. Feel free to make any changes, because I said that with the intention of, like, oh, like, if there's anything wrong with my character sheet or, like, background or whatever, you can fix it to comply with, like, whatever world you're building. Like, that was what I originally meant, and, I think he mistook that as, do whatever the hell you want with my character. And it was a misunderstanding, but it was kind of like a happy accident misunderstanding, where I actually am very okay with him changing things up about my character's backstory. And basically, my character has to react to whatever they're learning about their past, because it's essentially become like a dementia horror anime, where, or like some kind of dementia psychological horror, where, like, my character, like, figures out that they may have done something else than they remember in the past, and they're scared of it because what they forgot is terrifying. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, well, I think I actually did an okay job of describing that, but yeah. So that's really interesting. And, basically, my character has turned into, like, a whole, like, giant yes and kind of thing, like you would see in improv, where I say, okay, this is my character, and then the DM is like, yes, and then they add on to it, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, but this happens, or, and this happens. So it's essentially one giant improv, like, routine, where we don't really know, either of us, where our character is going to end up. Neither of us really know how my character is going to end up by the end. It's just going to happen somehow. And it's going to be phenomenal, no matter which way it goes. Oh, hey. This is a song that you never hear in the game, because people usually jump on the minecart too fast. And you only get to hear it in this one very tiny section of the level. It's fun. It's a cute little detail. Oh, right, I guess I should acknowledge this level. Sorry, I just kind of took the giant buzzsaw chasing me for granted. Yeah, this level. This level is really cool. I really like this level, even though I make it seem like nothing. And there's a secret. So yeah, if you don't jump on that last part, you can hit the secret exit, but you do have to bounce off the enemy. If you don't bounce off the enemy or make that last jump, you're not getting the secret exit. Which, even if you fail, it's not too bad, because you just have to redo that last section anyway. But it's time to do this level again. Time to get the normal exit. Yep, one of those. If you don't go the normal exit and the secret exit, you're not going to experience all the levels. Which, I mean, this is an auto-scroller, so it is a tiny bit annoying, but at the same time, auto-scrollers are kind of a godsend for me, considering I only have to jump and duck. Yeah. So I've been listening to this music while I've been writing my character's journal entry. Journal, character journal, navigator journal. I'm at like 170 pages plus of that thing, and I've been going at it for like a few months now. I don't know how I've been able to keep up with it, but I mean, I'm just very excited to be able to actually stop without worrying about it for a little while, because I know that I don't have to worry about it actually. Like, it's just something I'm doing for fun. It's something to get into character and roleplay with. But like, I'm already this far. I feel obligated to at least do it throughout the whole campaign or until my character dies. And I don't want my character to die, so yeah, I gotta do it. And I'm just really glad that the next few sessions I won't be the central plot figure. I'll finally get to take a little bit of a back seat. I won't be the one progressing the plot. I won't be the one seeing all the crazy shit happen, or I will still be doing that, but I'm not going to be the one causing it or at the central focal point of it. So I'll just kind of get to write a little bit less, just a little bit less, and focus more on like the character dialogue rather than actual like what happened, when, what, why, etc., etc. I'm not a good writer. I just like writing. Okay, let's go left first. Let's go left first because this level is kind of annoying for one-handed play. But the next one will be fine. And then I can do the two normal levels, which is the better two of the levels anyway. No. I'm going to be forced to do the second level of the normal route, no matter if I go the secret way or not. It's just more so, whether I get to skip the next normal level or not, which the next normal level, cool, but I don't really need it. So, the whole gimmick of this level is the water that teeters the platforms. And one really cool thing about this game is that this game barely has any floating platforms. Usually the platforms are connected to the background, or like supported by pillars, or suspended by ropes. Or like tilting platforms like that, like they're tilting because there's water pouring on them. Like, it's just details like that that make this game feel so polished, because, well, you're used to Mario and seeing like all the floating platforms in that game, but like, this game actually gives context to the reason why the platforms are there and why DK must platform on them. I should have gone farther up. Whatever, there's a checkpoint. And like, that's why, well, that's one of the reasons why this game is kind of interesting to replay. Because this game, like, you can just look at the background once you get good at the levels, and you'll be pretty entertained. Somewhat. I don't know. Okay. So, I want to... Did I let go of the ZR button? I don't remember doing that. I don't remember letting go of the ZR button, but I guess the Pro Controller must have registered it so. And so I must follow what the Pro Controller registers as pressing the ZR button. Okay. Fuck that thing. What? I held the ZR button. Is this Pro Controller okay? I just want to get through this level because the next one is also an auto-scroller. And I can deal with auto-scrollers. Okay. In case you're wondering about those Vine sound effects, I think they come from Donkey Kong Jr. So, yeah. I guess that's a little neat detail. Huh, okay. Barrels. You gotta love barrels. Because they don't require any analog input. Yeah, that's just a puzzle piece. I don't need to worry about that. Yep, no. I'm just going to skip those vines because I have to press ZR and I can just roll. Can't skip those ones, though. Can't skip those ones, and I didn't press ZR in time. Okay. It's one of those levels. I'm still recording this episode after the last one, so my hand is still kind of cramped from trying to do that bonus level. So, yeah. But once I get through this level, it'll be A-okay. Okay. So I shouldn't worry about speed at that last part. I should just grab the vines. But I also want to skip the vines, which leads to me speeding up to skip the first two, when it would just be safer to grab the first two and just do it normally. Oh. Accidentally did that. I meant to roll, in case you were wondering. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. This level isn't so bad. I can do this. This is World 2. If I can't do World 2, then I can't do any of the other worlds. No! Why did you let go, DK? Why did you jump? Why did you jump? Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do the secret controller finesse. That one didn't count. Who knew that moving while holding onto a vine would be so difficult? Not me. Even though I attempted that first bonus level. Holy shit, I did it. Yes. If I messed up that rocket barrel timing, I would have been so sad. Not rocket barrel, just launch barrel. Okay, this part. This part matters, because there's a G. Yep. Now time for me to rest my hand a little bit. No, game, I'm not going to do what you asked me to. What you really want me to do. Oh, the game lagged a little bit there. That was kind of a boring level, but it was still good. There's very few levels in this game are actually bad. There are just like a couple there are just a few boring ones. Most of the levels in this game are actually really good because like they take an idea and then they develop it to its furthest point by the end. And like it's basically the ultimate test of whatever. Like a rocket barrel stage. Rocket barrel. You get to hear this music. But David Wise decided to do like various alteration of Gear Getaway theme and make it fit the level theme, like the level like kind of scenery, like cheese and mice. So therefore, we must get get some of the Eastern sounding instruments. I don't know. Not, well, I meant like the whatever. You know what I meant. I didn't mean any harm. Okay. Down, 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 down. Gotta focus on this cheese wheel part because that's a little bit scary. And then the G is right here. It's scary, but if you don't panic, you will be fine. And there, that's the level. Rocket barrel levels in this game honestly aren't that bad because you get 2 hits in the rocket barrel stages in this game. In Donkey Kong Country Returns, you only get 1 hit. You only get 1 hit, and anybody that's played the original Country Returns, I don't think I need to remind you about the bat. The bat. For those of you that played that game, you know what I'm talking about. The bats. Okay, now that I gave people that played that game PTSD, well, yeah, time to go on to a very, very fun, well, I don't think this level is too interesting gameplay-wise, but I do like how it develops. Like, even if I don't personally like some of the levels, I can still appreciate them for what they do. Okay, give me the bananas. At least in this game, you don't have to do any of that stupid, like, in the background type of shenanigans, like in Donkey Kong Country Returns, because that was kind of a whole gimmick with that game with Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, you could go to the background and change something in the level, or, like, whatever, but, like, all that really meant was, like, you go to the background to activate a switch or something, and then, like, that's all. Like, you just go back to the foreground. Or, like, you go to the background to, do platforming that feels just very odd, because, like, your jump is still, like, the same height, or, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's very odd. It's very weird platforming in the background of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like, you feel slower than you should be, and it doesn't make sense. So, I'm kind of glad I'm not playing Donkey Kong Country Returns, because it's a good game. I'm not going to get that wrong. And, like, even though they didn't have David Wise on the soundtrack, they were still able to reuse, like, the Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, 3 songs to full use and, like, actually, like, rearrange them. I think they rearranged them slightly to make them a bit more better for modern sounding consoles, which at the time was the Wii. But let's be honest here, the Wii had Mario Galaxy, which has a very good soundtrack. But, like, Donkey Kong Country Returns isn't Mario Galaxy. Okay, this part, you gotta pound the balloon into the spike, and then there, you can just fly off. You fly off. You gotta get that O, though. Yeah, and be quick. What, game? You wanted me to use that vine? That's just a suggestion. That's just a suggestion that the game decided. And with the roll, you can jump in mid-air when you roll. So you have some really cool movement tech in this game. That's really fun to pull off. And, like, jump beneath, like, spikes, but over, like, various platforms or whatever. When you're meant to, like, use a rocket barrel or some shit like that. Why do I keep saying rocket barrel? They're just launch barrels. Okay. An extra life. Cool. Okay. I'll do the next level. Yeah, I'll do the next level. Because the next level has one of my favorite songs in the game. And I don't want to miss out on one of my favorite songs in the game. So let's play the level that has one of my favorite songs in the game, because I'll just let you listen to it. Yeah. Luckily, you had to ring those bells. Now, the unique thing about this song, it's dynamic. Whether you're on the vines or on, like, the ground, the song changes. And there are 5 different variations of this song. It's crazy. There's so many variations of this song. But, like, I feel like I have to listen to it in the game because, like, if you listen to all the different variations in a row, like a full arrangement, like, you're just going to get, like, the first 2 minutes of, like, the normal theme, and then you're going to get, like, 8 minutes of the vines. Because there are so many different, like, slight alterations to this theme with the vines. But, like, the ground theme is still really solid and good. I let go of the wrong button. Okay. Now, if the person upstairs would shut up, please, and let me enjoy this music. Please, person upstairs, please let me enjoy the music. Of course I had to choose now to record. I didn't bounce. I swear I bounced off that enemy. I tapped B. But, whatever. I'm fine with listening to this song more. Let's bounce on the fish. Yes, I did it. Now to progress. Oh, right, this is also a different alternate version of the theme. Yeah, so there's like an alternate version for each separate area you visited in this level. Jump between the penguins. Nice, because I didn't have the finesse to roll under it. Okay, ring the bells. Ring the yellow bell for extra goodies. Please, game, please. My finger's cramping. I don't want to slide on these vines anymore. My finger's cramping like hell. Nice. Yeah, I just really like how this song develops throughout the whole level. It's fun. And now for the finale, I guess. DK must now climb up a tower. Oh no. Don't mind the weird trajectory of the fish arrows because, the screen is auto-scrolling, and because of that, the fish go at a weird trajectory. Nope. Yep, I spelled Kong. Aren't you proud of me? Those are the only 4 letters I know. I know I said I was going to do the secret levels at the end of the base game, but it would be a crime if I didn't at least try. Right? Right? For the hardest casual secret level in the game? For casuals? I'm a fucking masochist. Okay, let's do some stretches, some finger stretches. How do you stretch your fingers? I need to know this. I need to know this technique so that I can play this game for longer periods of time with one hand. How does one stretch their fingers? I guess make like a fist and like widen them? Pretend you're playing a piano or something. Okay, so this level. You notice that we didn't get a DK barrel. That's warning number 1. And you may also notice that secret levels don't have checkpoints. You may have noticed that from last episode. But you may have noticed that this level has a pretty awesome theme. Jungle Japes. And you may have noticed that this level is kind of hard, and that it involves bouncing on enemies. But that's fine, because I love bouncing on enemies, like that one, where I failed. But every other time I will succeed. I will succeed in bouncing. In fact, this will be the successful attempt right here. You can count on it. But the cool thing about this level is that, like, if you get stuck here for a long time, you'll basically max out your banana coins. That wasn't the successful attempt, but I was referring to this time. This attempt is going to be the successful one. Trust me, it's definitely going to be the successful one. And I am totally not making things up here. Okay, roll, jump, jump. I don't think any vines are in this level, so I really don't need to worry about grabbing things. I was in that mindset that there might be vines in this level, but there isn't. That's why I failed, so I'll definitely succeed this time. Well, you see, the Pro Controller didn't register my input, so that's why I failed that time. I will succeed this time. But isn't this level so satisfying just to hear all the enemies dying and then getting balloons? Well, okay, you see, the trajectory of the moon was slightly off tonight, so the moon's gravity altered the button and made it a bit more difficult to press than it normally would have. That's why I failed that last time. I'll take into account the moon's gravity this time, so I won't fail. Well, you see, the game thought I was pounding when I was meant to be rolling, and so that's why I failed that level. This time, I will succeed. Okay. Roll, jump, jump. Jump on this penguin. Well, you see, the notebook that my Pro Controller is lying on is making it a little bit difficult to smash the buttons correctly. So that's why it feels a little bit weak, and that's why I can't actually fully press the buttons. It's not because I'm bad at the game. I'm definitely not bad at the game. Why would I be bad at the game? Well, you see, that owl was a bad owl, and that owl didn't allow me to jump off of it properly. So even though I pressed the B button normally, that owl specifically hated me and decided I wanted to die. So this time I will succeed in this level. Well, you see, the hitbox of the owl is slightly smaller than it looks, so even though I would have properly jumped on that, even though I would have properly jumped on that with like the graphical cues, I couldn't because some programmer decided it would be fun to make the owl's hitboxes slightly smaller than they actually are. Not because I'm bad at the game. Well, you see, DK was so attracted to the penguin, he wanted to jump on it, even if it meant killing himself. That was DK's fault, not mine. Okay, let's see if let's see if the game will let me do this. Nope, the game didn't let me do that because the game decided that I haven't leveled up enough to level 55 to beat that part. I failed the skill check. I rolled low on the skill check. DK rolled low on the dexterity roll. No. Well, you see, apparently this game doesn't allow you to hold the B button to jump on enemies constantly at high. So because I was testing that out, and because the game is being so stubborn by not letting me individually tap on the owls, I failed that. This time I will succeed. DK just has a soft spot for that penguin, okay? He didn't want to crush it brutally, he just only wanted to slightly crush it brutally. DK is actually a huge penguin lover, and that's why he doesn't like to stomp so hard on the penguins to get a jump boost off of them. See? Like that. DK didn't want to jump on that penguin to progress. He had a fit of rage when he even had the thought of jumping on that penguin to progress through the level. Because why would he want to kill a penguin, you sadistic motherfucker? Nice. Da 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 da. Ba ba da ba da ba do. Da ba do ba da ba do ba da ba do ba da ba do ba da. Da ba dee ba da ba do ba da ba dee ba da ba do. You see? It just took DK a little bit to warm up to the idea of killing penguins. That's one bonus level down. All one-handed. You see, I did that technically first try because all the other deaths were caused by accidental occurrences that weren't supposed to happen by the world hating me. And taking into account the moon's gravity and the wind, and like, I had to take into account that 4-mile-per-hour wind when my fingers were slightly off of the controller in the basement. Because for the half second my fingers were off of the controller, they were swayed by the wind, and I got Mario Golf super rushed. Okay, but for real, let's do the boss. You always take Dixie. Well, actually, you might want to take Cranky for bosses. There's actually, like, a reasonable explanation for doing that, but I like Dixie. Ooh, but no, oh! Okay, that's actually kind of creepy, though. I forgot how raspy the boss was. Okay. I really didn't expect that. I forgot about that. Okay, so he's going to do Toho Light here. You just gotta avoid the feathers. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I was not prepared. I was not prepared to grab. I forgot that this boss had you grab shit. Because you have to throw stuff at this boss. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a tough one. Wow. Are you trying your best horse impression? That was a special move that DK can do when he has a partner, and each partner turns the enemies into different things. Diddy turns the enemies into extra lives, Dixie turns them into extra hearts that can overflow into a different health meter, and Cranky turns them into banana cones. Yeah. Okay, Owl Boss. Yep, I used iframes to hold the baby into him. That sounded weird, but I held the baby and he ran into it and that hurt him. As it does. Holy shit, I was able to do that. Ha! I got the 2 combo. Okay, for this, you just want to go in the rocket barrels. The rocket barrels, I keep... Oh. No! No! Dixie, why? Son of a bitch. No. Oh, I still like Dixie. It was my fault that I fell. I can't say mean things, Dixie. Or any of the Kongs. Well, except for maybe Cranky, but, okay. Time. Okay. Time to hold the baby. Okay, second phase. Gotta hit the baby, gotta pick up the baby, and then gotta jump on the adults and pick up the other baby. Okay. Okay, now he's gonna do this part. Jump into the launch barrels. And make sure you don't miss. Okay. Baby. Baby. Give me baby. Give me baby that I can jump on. I like the noises the owl makes, though. They're hilarious. Somebody had fun when making the sound. Somebody had fun with the sound design. Okay. Yep. I got it, Owl. I got it, Miss... Wow. Maybe this is the same Owl from that, How Many Licks Does It Take to Get Into the Center of a Tootsie Pop? This is him all grown up, and he's mad that that's the only thing that he's known for nowadays, and so he's just spiteful towards the youth. And Donkey Kong just wanted to know how many licks it took to get to the center of a banana. But he thought it was Tootsie Pop. He got mad. I don't know. That's my personal backstory for this owl. Fifth one should be yes. Okay, one more hit. I guess Cranky is kind of useful for this part, but you can just kind of jump over them instead of having to bounce on spike balls. Okay. Okay, Owl. Okay. The bosses in this game are okay. They're not the most amazing, but they're not bad either. It's just they're weird. Or just take a while. Okay, come on, give me the baby. Yes. Yep. And that's the boss. Okay. Well, 24 hits. That is the cap. I feel like it is possible to go one higher, but I wouldn't know. Okay. So, I did beat the secret level in the second world. I'm calling the episode here. I'm not going to do another world after this one. It might be a little bit while before the next episode appears. I'm thinking of maybe just making this a weekend series. So, I guess it'll be up Saturday, Sunday, week after I record this. And, I guess I'll record Worlds 3 and 4 sometime soon after I edit these videos. I don't know, no promises. You know how I am with my upload schedule, and you've seen Crosscode. But I'll try and get back to Crosscode soon, once I get the motivation to, and once I have the time to, and yeah, just the motivation, really. But, hey, next episode, we're going to be in the Bright Savannah. See you then. Bye.